It's an exciting time. An exciting time for all of us right now. Of course, honored and humbled to be the next chief of Cape Coral. It's not just, anytime that you're appointed or promoted in an organization, it's exciting. But it's really special to me because it's here in Cape Coral. Cape Coral is such a great city, great people, and probably the most dedicated and professional employees that I've ever had the honor to work with. So it's a great city. I'm looking forward to working with Citizens Council, city manager, and staff in moving the city forward. I've been here 25 years. I'm raising my children here. I lived here in the city the entire time. And it's just a wonderful place. It's the people that have come together in the community, more of a community feeling than other cities that I've lived in. And it's a great city, great employees, great staff, and it's a beautiful place to live. Over the years, we've developed a roadmap, strategic planning, and I've been calling it lately a playbook. And the playbook's working. We've been able to successfully attacking crime. We're still the second safest city in the state of Florida with a population of over 150,000 people. Our public trust is up and on the rise. So we're doing the right things. We're an internationally accredited agency. We're a state accredited agency. And I'm happy to report that just tomorrow we will have an assessment team coming in to review our communications component for another accreditation review. We're a model agency. Some of the recent things that we've done, and that has been social media that you've been involved in as well. We've got some fantastic initiatives out there, and we were a model agency for other agencies across the country. We actually go out and teach other agencies how to start a social media program and have taught at conferences. So with all that being said, there are no major changes on the horizon. Our playbook is working now. Of course, we'll adjust as we go downfield accordingly. But right now, no changes on the horizon. Now, there are some things that we want to do, some things we're looking at doing. And I've spoken to staff, and I've spoken to every member of our organization about it, and they're on board with it. First and foremost is we're going to increase our community engagement initiatives, our community outreach. We've always had a very large number of community outreach programs. But several years ago, we started and increased our engagement initiatives through things such as our Citizens Advisory Board, Chiefs Advisory Panel, our social media initiatives we spoke of earlier, and some other things that we've done. We want to increase those. Our partnerships with the community are so important to the success of an organization, a police organization. Mm-hmm. So to foster those relationships is very important. And we have some things planned coming up. We have just coming up next week or recently or soon is our Coffee with a Cop initiative that Fort Myers had done. We're doing that. The Chiefs Advisory Panel is back going again. But my expectation to my officers and all personnel in the department, and we've all talked about this, is that they're going to treat our law-abiding citizens, give world-class service, and treat them with respect. Whether it be a criminal issue or a quality of life issue, they're going to bend over backwards to help people, and that's my expectation. This is a profession, and we need to act professionally, perform professionally, and perform at maximum efficiency. And you cannot do that without the help of the public, without the help of the community. And all that is done is through public trust. The public has to trust us. And that is one of the most important things that we need to do as a law enforcement organization. On the other side of the coin, on the criminal side, as the economy improves, as the city grows, which it will do, we must maintain a handle on crime. And I mentioned earlier, we're the second safest city in Florida with a population of 150,000. We want to maintain that. Actually, we want to be the first, and we'll work toward that. We will always continue our rehabilitation efforts and our diversion efforts on our first-time offenders and juveniles, but on the repeat offenders and career criminals, we have to take a tough stance against and make sure that they understand. The message is clear, and it's pretty simple to me. Those who repeat offend in Cape Coral, or career criminals in Cape Coral, their choices are limited. One, they can stop their illegal activity. Or two, they're going to spend a lot of time in Mike Scott or Rick Scott's hotels, the Lee County Jail or Florida State Prison, and it's as simple as that. Third option, they can move out of the city if they like, but that's up to them. So a budget is always going to be a concern as we move forward, and not only this city, but any city. As the economy improves, people are going to be moving into the city. It's going to increase our service demand, our calls for service, and in turn we have to answer that. What we're doing now is we're in a recovery mode, but we have to recover responsibly. So we have to maintain diligence in how we do our job. And we're a data-driven organization. We don't just throw officers out on the road to do their thing. We look at statistical information and analyses to determine where to deploy officers to be most effective. We find out where patterns are and where crime is occurring. And we do that. We have to do that effectively to maintain within those physical parameters. But another challenge that we face, Rachel, is, you know, is when the economy went down, we cut staffing. And what we have now is a limited number of officers that are out there handling calls for service. And we took officers out of specialty units to do that. So we are still able to respond to calls for service. We're still able to respond to people's needs, and we're doing a good job at it. However, officers are becoming tired. We have people working overtime. We have people doing extra shifts. We have people filling in and taking on much more responsibility as they had before. And I have to have units, specialty units. And when I say specialty, I'm talking about traffic units, anti-crime units. I have to have those units out there doing their job to maintain responsibility and keep that crime down. We're having right now a huge issue in the traffic fatalities. Our traffic fatality numbers are up, our injuries are up, the crashes are up. So I have to get more officers out there and work in traffic enforcement. And that's a specialty unit that we've got to backfill. So as we grow, we'll be asking for additional staff to fill those spots, to fill those specialty positions, to make sure our crime stays low and our injury rate and death rate for car accidents stays low. No crime is good crime.
Yeah.
We'll never get to zero, right? But no, we keep track of that, and and we've been very fortunate. I mentioned earlier, we've got a great group of people, great staff. This department has some of the hardest working, dedicated professionals I've ever seen out there doing their job. And it's about people. What we do is about our people. It's not the guns we carry, the cars we drive, or some trendy strategy that we use. It's about our people. They have to be passionate about what they do. They have to be motivated. And it's my job to make sure they're motivated, to make sure they're passionate about their job, what they do, to provide them the training, and to provide them the equipment they need to do their job, and then step back and let them do it. And that's what we need to do to be successful in the organization. And the department's not about me, Rachel. It's about everyone in the organization. Everybody coming together to make this department the best it can be, and we're coming along with the citizens to make the city the best it can be.